It's time for another Darkwing Duck Comic Day. Welcome to the St. Canard Files, the Darkwing Duck podcast. I'm your host, Will Santana, and today I'm with guest co-host who?
Stan.
Hey, what's going? Oh, just Stan today, huh? No Stan Lunn, huh?
I'm sure they've seen me enough times. They don't need my last name all the time.
All right. Well, Stan, we're gonna review not a comic, but we're gonna review a golden book. Is it?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna review a golden book. I think it's pre that sinking feeling and Darkly Dawns the Duck. Ellie's getting me off my train of thought over here. She's over here barking. But I think it's pre all that. So there's a little bit of errors here and there, I guess, going with the episodes. And then we need to talk some Darkwing comics. We got if you follow us on social media, you've already seen that we've announced it, but we need some help and we need some support, right, Stan?
Oh yeah. We need you to help make Darkwing comics.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the guys from Duck Talk, they were on a Aaron Sparrow live feed one day. Aaron Sparrows went live. I think he was a guest on a podcast or something, or on a YouTube channel. And Aaron, I believe, announced that he was trying to obtain the licensing for Darkwing again from Disney to write some more comics. That Disney Afternoon, I believe it was called Disney Afternoon or Disney Adventures book that just came out.
The Disney Afternoon Collection.
The Disney Afternoon Collection has been a success. It's doing really well.
Yeah,
so,
there is a volume 2 in the works, folks. We
Yeah,
will let you know details once we hear them.
Yeah, definitely. So in order for Aaron to get this going, he needs help from the fans. He can't, I don't think it helps if he helps makes the push. He needs the fans to show the support that this is something they want. So in order to make this happen, guys, we thought of several ways. You know, Duck Talks are, I believe, are going to create a petition from, I think it's called change.org.
Most likely.
Yeah. So they're going to create a petition from there. We want to use hashtags. Stan, what's the hashtag?
Hashtag make Darkwing comics.
Yes. So as anything you post Darkwing, from t-shirts to toy lines to episodes to comics, anything Darkwing, please use the hashtag make Darkwing comics. We are trying to get that out there. We're trying to show that there is a high demand for it. Duck Talks will be, I think Duck Talks is strictly Twitter, and they have a blog website. We're more on Facebook, but we also have Instagram and we also have Twitter, but I think, and Reddit. But I think Facebook is where we're strong at. And we had like 7,000 people view our post on it. We had like 40 something shares on it. So it's doing good numbers, but people are not using the hashtag. So if you can, while you're listening to this, on whatever social media platform you are on, if you're on YouTube watching us, comment below using hashtag make Darkwing comics. Also use other hashtags to help it attract more attention, like hashtag Darkwing Duck, hashtag Ducktales, hashtag Disney Afternoon,
hashtag Let's Get Dangerous.
Yeah, anything. Hashtag Jim Cummings, hashtag Disney Plus, hashtag 90s, whatever comes across your mind.
Yeah, let's get this blowing up, folks.
Yeah, let's get it blown up so we can get Aaron Sparrows and Savani writing this stuff and drawing this stuff up again, because we need more Darkwing. As far as I know, I've never heard anyone complain about the Boom series. I never heard anyone complain about the Joe Book series. Everybody loves Definitively Dangerous, which is a combination of both, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Dangerous Currency is a whole different little story there. We ain't gonna go there.
Not yet.
We're not gonna,
time.
In due time, we'll go there. But we want more Darkwing stuff material. I forgot what company is doing that. Disney Afternoon Chronicles.
Fantagraphics.
We got Beast Kingdom coming out with figures. We got Q-Fig that keeps getting delayed. Come on, Quantum Mechanics.
We got Diamond Select getting into the game.
So we got a lot of Darkwing stuff, guys. We are on a roll. We got momentum. For those of you, everybody knows I love sports. For those of you who follow sports, when you have a momentum going, you keep that momentum going. Don't let that other team call a timeout. So let's not give Disney a timeout right now. Let's keep that momentum going. We need more Darkwing stuff, more comics, whatever we can get our hands on. Anything you want to add to this, Stan?
Not that I can think of, other than that I can't wait to see if they do make more. I hope they continue where they were in the Joe books, but I'd even be happy with the series focusing on the DuckTales 2017 version of Darkwing. Just more Darkwing comics.
Anything Darkwing, I'll be content. Of course, I would be more happy with OG Darkwing. You know, I'll still be content with 2017. I prefer OG, but I'll be cool with
Yep.
it. Anything Darkwing, I'm always gonna be happy. Who knows, man? Maybe Aaron can get his hands on a little bit of a reboot, you know, and you know,
Yep. Seth Rogen, if you're paying attention, Aaron Sparrow's the guy you want on the job.
definitely, man. So hopefully we can get this ball rolling, guys. Again, use hashtag make Darkwing Comics. And add it with any other hashtag you could think of that will get it attraction, get it some views, help the algorithm. I'll probably be using it on the post on this one for this episode of the podcast. Let's get these comments happening, guys. And follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit. I might have left some out, YouTube, Duck Talks. Follow them on Twitter. They are also making a push on the Ducktales side. I think more of their fans are from the Ducktales 2017.
Most likely.
So that's good. And then we're on the Darkwing side. So we got fans. I think they have a younger fan following where we have an older fan following. But at the end of the day, we all want Darkwing. So we're collabing with them. You know, Sleepless and say Canard, if you're listening, hey man, help us out. We need more attraction. Facebook group Darkwing Forever, St. Canard Files, growing up in the
Darkwing Duck
90s,
Beyond.
Darkwing Duck Beyond, that growing up in the 90s. It's all about the 90s. Brian's page, the Disney afternoon throwback, one Saturday morning, something.
Yep.
I think. Yeah. Everybody get involved. Help us out. We need this to happen. We want this to happen.
All right. Same thing with our core inner group of people. Felicia, Michelle, Jordan, Bill, all of you guys start pushing the hashtag for us.
Yes, please start pushing that. All right, so Stan, moving on from that, we'll get more to that some other time, man. But that's something we really want to push for. What are we reviewing today?
We are reviewing Disney's Darkwing Duck, The Darkest Night.
Stan, I'm an idiot. I have two of them.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. But I had two of them. It's the story and everything. The artwork is the same, but like the inside here is a little different. I don't know if I don't feel like getting up to get it while we were in the middle of recording. I should have had it with me.
But
and the back looks a little different too.
Yeah, whereas mine has
that's how mine looks.
A little picture.
Yeah, that's how mine looks in the back.
I was gonna say yours looks a little glossier on the cover too.
Yeah.
I think mine has
okay, see, that's how my other one looked. When I was looking at them, I was like, what? They're slightly different. But now once you get into the pages, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same. That's the only differences I noticed. But like you said, this one is glossier than the other one I have. It's like yours looks a little faded. But yeah, who cares? It's not a big deal.
Same Darkwing story.
Okay, so we're reviewing The Darkest Night today, and it was written by Andrew Helfer, correct?
Yep.
I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. All right, and Andrew, he joined DC Comics in '81 and assisted Joe Orlando in the Special Projects Department. He became editor of Justice League of America back in '85. He's known for writing Justice League International, Batman Annual, Batman Black and White, the Batman Chronicles, Heroes Against Hunger, Judge Dredd. I know Judge Dredd because I've seen the movies, but I've never read comics of it. Swamp Thing Volume 2, Supergirl, and so forth. Anything that catches your eye on him, Stan?
Not particularly.
Okay.
You know.
I'm not a comic book guy, but he also wrote a Malcolm X graphic biography in 2006. I'm a huge Malcolm X guy. People probably would never know that. I think most people are more fans of Martin Luther King, where on the other hand, I would be a Malcolm X, but let's not get into that. That's a whole different ball game. And then he's worked for IDW Publishing. I believe that they've also done some of the Boom stuff, right?
I believe Boom was like a subdivision of IDW.
Okay, and it says he wrote John McCain #1, and Stan corrected me. I was thinking of Die Hard when I read that.
Yep, nope, not John McClane.
Yeah, I heard John McCain. I'm like, "Is that Die Hard, Stan?" He's like, no, that's McClane. All right, you know what, Stan? Real quick, I gotta ask the big question before we jump on, because we mentioned John McClane. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie to you?
Hell yeah, it's the best Christmas movie I've ever seen.
So it is a Christmas movie too. I stay out of that debate. I don't care. I just enjoy the movie. I love it. So if you're Team Christmas, yay. If you're not Team Christmas, yay. It's a good movie. All right. And our illustrator is Don Williams and Jim Story. You mentioned we seen one of them before, or we will see one of them, right?
Yeah, we will see Don Williams again next week.
Next week. Okay. We'll say that at the end of this one.
Yeah.
All right. So Stan, let's get into the story, man.
Well, all right.
All right. I'll start us off, Stan. We got the first page. We see, I believe it looks like Darkwing, but it's not Darkwing. I'm kind of giving it away already. He comes in.
Yes, you are.
He got the cape covering his face, and the terror jump in. But the guy where he's at is called Max Diner, and the guy's name is Max.
Yeah.
And Max seems like a fanboy. He's excited.
He is. Mm-hmm. I will say, while reading this, I kind of gave him Stegmutt's voice.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I gave him a voice. I think he just had my voice. Okay, but I definitely gave somebody else a great voice in my head. We'll get to that later. You already know who I'm talking about. Legend. Okay, so he's at Max's diner, and Max is really excited. He's offering, to help him out. He's sweeping, he's working, but I think Max is the only employee at his diner. I don't see nobody else.
I didn't see anyone else there, but it's also nighttime while he's closing, so
yeah, but
it could be sent the other employees home.
Yeah, it could be, but
or it could just be a little mom and pop diner.
Yeah, that's true. But Max, to his surprise, he's getting robbed.
Yeah,
he's getting robbed, and you don't see a gas gun.
Yep, he pulls an actual gun, tells him his money or his life.
Yep. We don't see it, but I'm assuming Max complies, right?
Most likely.
Yep. And then we get on to another page, and somebody else is getting robbed, Stan.
Yep, a hot dog stand has been robbed of all of its hot dogs and blown up to boot.
I thought it was weird how we went from cash and now robbing hot dogs.
Yeah.
You would think he would want the hot dog stand's cash,
money.
Yeah, he want his money. All right, so then the next page we have Drake, not Darkwing, Drake.
Yep, at the Mallard house having a bowl of Quizby Quacker cereal. Yep. I guess he didn't forget the milk this time.
No, I didn't forget the milk. You see the toast, and I don't know what was in that cup, but it looked like rice. I thought it was weird. All right, so
not sure.
Yeah, but they received the letter in the mail. Yeah, which is weird. Something like this instead of a phone call. They receive a letter from the mail from Shush. I believe Launchpad is the one that brought it in, correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Shush, they want to see Darkwing downtown right away, right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but Drake kind of insults Launchpad here. I didn't like it, Stan.
Neither did I. LP says they wants to see them, and Drake's like, us? No, I'm Darkwing Duck. You're just a lowly flunky.
Yeah, that's not cool, man.
No.
That wasn't cool at all. But LP apologizes to him and everything, and they head out. Darkwing gets his costume, and they head out on. I never heard of this vehicle, Stan.
Neither
Help
am
me
I.
out here. Help me out here.
I guess it must be a one-off appearance. Some flying vehicle called the Thunderquacker.
Instead of the Thunderquack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's time for Darkwing to save the city. So Darkwing shows up at Shush, and immediately he's grabbed by someone in the arms, like he's being held captive. But we know who this person is, but they don't say his name, Stan.
Nope. He goes unnamed in this book, but anyone in the know knows that's Agent Grizzlycoff.
Yeah, that's Grizzly Cough. And Jay Gander tells him to take him away. He says,
Pretty much.
yeah, he says a dozen crimes were committed in one night. Now remember that, a dozen crimes.
Yep. And he never thought he'd see the day when Darkwing Duck would go bad.
Yep. But Darkwing wants to clear his name, so he escapes Grizzly Cough's bear hug. I love saying that, bear hug. And he takes off. He's like, I'm not a crook. I can't do that behind bars to solve my case, you know?
Yep.
All right, so we got Darkwing. He's out at night. He's lurking the city, and we find another Darkwing.
That we do.
Yep, and he's doing graffiti, but this is where I think, obviously, because we're adults, Stan, it kind of like, you shouldn't have went that route, but as a kid, it works. One of us doing graffiti saying Darkwing was here, Darkwing steals. Obviously, this is a setup.
Yeah.
All right, so Darkwing. Go ahead, Stan.
I was gonna say, this imposter though, he's not upset to see Darkwing. He's happy to see him.
Yeah, he's happy to see him. Darkwing he grabs the can of paint, and he offers Darkwing to grab a paint and to help him out, right?
Yep. But we get an entrance.
Yeah, go for it, Stan.
I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the winged scourge that pecks at your nightmares. I am the real Darkwing Duck.
And the imposter knows he's in trouble. He says, uh-oh.
Yeah. But he don't get far, does he?
No, he doesn't get far at all.
Nope, trips over his own paint can and knocks himself silly.
Yeah, so Darkwing tells him he's going to call the police.
Yep, until he hears something else happening around the corner.
Yeah, he hears a large crash sound. And he peeks around the corner, and we get a Back to the Future line. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too. Darkwing's pulling his best Doc Brown impression.
Yep, great Scott.
Man, that's heavy, Will.
Yeah. Oh, you went there.
Of course I went there.
That was the perfect time to do it. Yep, that's the perfect time to do it. And
but yeah, this guy though, he's also committing an odd crime.
Yeah, he's stealing apples.
Yep.
Yeah, he's stealing apples, and Darkwing now realizes there's more than one imposter. Yep.
But this imposter also thinks that he's one of them.
Yep. He tells them it's time to collect their pay. So Darkwing's going to tag along and see where this is all leading up to.
Yep.
Yeah, so he tags along, and then there's like a bunch of Darkwing imposters, and they're heading into a train. And
yeah,
one thing I did like, Stan, before we go a little further, was the train. Did you notice the graffiti on the train?
Oh yeah, it says F.O.W.L on it.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Okay.
One odd thing I wanted to point out in that scene is the Darkwing that has the stubble on his beak.
Yeah, like he had a beard or something.
Yeah, that's an odd thought. A duck with a beard.
Yeah. All right, so we got, I think it was 12 Darkwings hopping onto the train, right?
Yeah, one of them being our Darkwing.
Yeah, one of them is our Darkwing. And then when we turn the page, we finally see who's running this.
Yep.
Go ahead, Stan. Let us know who it is.
It's Darkwing Duck's arch enemy and the leader of F.O.W.L, Taurus Bulba. Wait, Taurus Bulba? That don't sound right.
I know, the leader of F.O.W.L. So this is what me and Stan were talking. This is published in 91, but we believe it was done a little bit, or it was written before the episode started coming out, with Taurus Bulba being the leader of F.O.W.L. They did say F.O.W.L correctly, the Fiendish Organization for World Larceny. They got that correct. But Taurus Bulba looks mean. I like his drawing though. I definitely like his drawing, the way his eyes are looking. It shows the potential of how intimidating he can be.
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on, Stan? What's being revealed here? What's going on?
So Taurus Bulba has hired these 12 Darkwing imposters in order to tarnish Darkwing's name and get him thrown in jail.
Yeah. All right, and they're trying to basically take over St. Canard.
Yep.
And
then we get Launchpad. He's flying in the
Thunderquacker,
which was weird. And we get the side of the bay. We get to see the bridge. We see the tower. And then we see like a headquarters, which is not too far from Darkwing's bridge, and it
Nope.
says,
And
"Go ahead."
yeah, I was gonna say, and it says foul on it.
Yeah,
For
it
a
says
secret
foul.
organization, they apparently brand pretty well.
Yep. So LP believes he sees Darkwing, so he says he's gonna fly low and pick him up.
Yep.
But it's not Darkwing he picked up, correct?
Nope. It's the imposter that tripped over the paint can earlier.
Yep, it's him. And now they realize there's 13 of them, and Taurus like, I only hired 12.
Yep.
So something's going on here. And really quick, they spot out who's the fake, or actually the real Darkwing.
Yep.
Yeah. Now this part, when they gave Taurus Bulba some lines, that's where I was able to put the legend Tim Curry's voice in there.
Well, yeah.
I was reading it with his voice and everything. And as always, Taurus ain't playing no games. He says Darkwing is mine. He is dead meat.
But before Taurus can really do anything, he hears a odd sound.
Yeah, there's a crash, which is still, you can tell it's pretty, because the LP didn't crash that much in Darkwing like he did in Ducktales.
Right.
Yeah. Good thing he crashed the Thunderquacker and not the Thunderquack.
Yeah. So he crashes the Thunderquacker through the roof. Boy, I wanted to fly low, but not that low.
Yep. And that's Taurus Bulba's sign. He knows he's got to get out of there. He's in trouble. But
and all the imposters flee out the door.
Yeah, they flee out the door. Taurus jumps out the window into the bay. And Darkwing decides to chase the 12 imposters. Better to capture 12 than one.
Well,
first I'm assuming.
First they were going to try and get them in the Thunderquacker, but apparently it won't start. The key won't work.
Yep. So apparently then they capture all 12 and they put them in the back of a vehicle. I've never seen these type of vehicles before, but I always see them in cartoons.
It's a paddy wagon. That's what they're referred to as. But it's not Darkwing that caught them, though.
No, it was Shush, right?
Shush. Yeah, they were waiting outside.
Yeah. They didn't show them, but they showed Jay Gander, but they didn't show the other people. They kind of like,
you're getting a little ahead.
All right, go ahead, Stan. You take us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So one of the Shush agents tries to grab Darkwing to stuff him in with the imposters, but as you alluded to, Jay Gander makes sure they don't put the real Darkwing in there.
Okay. Yeah, so he does that, and he LP asks, what about Taurus Bulba though? And Hooter tells him he must have jumped out and he escaped in the water,
Yep.
But he says there'll be next time. We'll get him.
Yep. I do find it odd though that Hooter somehow heard the crash.
Yeah.
I would think the Shush headquarters would be a bit farther away where they wouldn't hear an airplane crash through a roof.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Darkwing and LP head off, and Darkwing admits that the LP saved the day, but he still kind of insults him. What's up with that, man?
What do you mean about insult him? I didn't get him insulting him.
I got it. No, LP kind of. You're right. I thought it was Darkwing who said it. He said, "Not bad for our lowly assistant."
Right, and Darkwing corrects him to say, "Lowly assistant? What do you mean? We're partners from now on."
Yeah, we're partners. So he does right by LP, but I didn't like the insult at the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the Darkest Night. Yep, that's the Darkest Night. Stan, you want to get into your score?
Sure. So I'm gonna give this one a 2.5.
2.5? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it has a cool premise to it. I think if it was written a bit later in the show's run, where things were more established, it might have been a stronger story. You know, I think the mistakes and odd bits that don't really line up with things kind of hurt it a bit.
Okay.
How about you?
Me, I'm gonna go. I'm kind of with you. I kind of want to go 2.5. I kind of want to go 3. I think because the errors, I don't blame them because it was before the episodes. I think that's an assumption here. It is a children's book. You can tell it's not for adults. You can read it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm stuck between 2.5 and 3, I'm gonna go 2.7.
2 3/4,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, I'm gonna go 2.7. I agree with you. There are errors, but it's fun. If I was 10 years old when this came out in 91, I would enjoy this. I definitely think this was pretty cool. I don't know what it retailed at. Does the back say?
I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
will say though that I do believe this book might have been my very first piece of Darkwing merchandise I owned as a kid.
Oh, okay. For me, I think my first merch was the fanny pack. Yeah, I think it was definitely the fanny pack. But I like Taurus Bulba in there. He's strong. You know, you see the presence of him. We get a glimpse of what he can be or will be. I like my 2.7. I'm gonna stick with that. We don't have a villain to rate.
No, I mean,
No,
unless you want to rate the imposter Darkwings.
nah, we don't. I don't want to rate them.
Yeah.
Stealing hot dogs and apples. I'm good.
Yeah, they get a pretty low score, I think.
And then the one with a beard. He looked kind of tough, but it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stan, man, so that's The Darkest Night. You gave it a 2.5. I went with 2.7. It's cool. Is it what would you pay for this? Not what it goes for. What would you be willing to pay for this?
If I didn't own it, up to $5.
Up to $5? That's the max I would pay.
Yeah.
I would say 7 with shipping. I wouldn't pay no more than $7 for this. Should everybody own it? Yeah, it's cool. It's fun to add to the collection. I would recommend owning it, but I wouldn't pay no $15-$20 for it though.
No.
Now, what does it go for? Do you know? Because you're
That
more on
I don't
eBay.
know. I've owned my copy for years, so I had no reason to look for it.
I don't remember what I paid for. I want to say I only paid like $3 for it, and then with shipping $1.50 maybe, so $4.50 I think I paid for it.
I don't think it goes for much though. I think the amount that we said, pretty much that $5 range, I think is what it probably does go for.
Okay. All right. So Stan, that wraps up The Darkest Night. What do we have coming next week?
So next week we will have the Silly Canine Caper, which is the first appearance of Animatronic, a character who did appear briefly in one episode and also appeared in her own comic story in a later comic. And that is where we will also catch up with our good friend illustrator Don Williams again.
All right, so we got animatronics next week. We'll mention next week her brief cameo that she had on an episode, and we'll mention some more stuff that you might see her in. And there's a little bit of a difference in her in 2 of the comics. A little bit. We'll get in there. We'll get there though. So that's it. This is a short episode, guys. We just had the announcement, and we wanted to read you guys The Darkest Night. So we wanted to announce the thing about the comics again. Use hashtag Make Darkwing Comics. With an S, plural with an S on comics. So make sure you add that with any other hashtag you can think of. Guys, just post it and promote it. Hopefully we get this comic thing done, man. We're trying to get this deal locked in. We got to show the support of the fans, that the fans will want this, because people like to think of Disney as this family-owned company, but it's a business. At the end of the day, they want dollars. So if they show the fan support is there to make some money, it might happen.
That's all we can hope for.
All right, Stan, for those tuning in for the first time, where can they find us at?
Let's see if I can do my best Mike Russo impression. Stitcher, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Pandora, YouTube, Facebook, Radio Public.
Okay, you're doing good on it.
Pandora.
You said Pandora, I think.
I might have.
Yeah, I don't know, Stan. I don't get mad at you for this. That's Stan, Mike's field. I meant Mike killed that. All right. Only shout out I got to is anybody who grew up in the 90s, anybody who's supporting these comics. Shout out to Jonathan Beltran. He's trying to help me get a Darkwing t-shirt that's at the Disney parks, and I saw it on Shop Disney as well. It's pretty expensive though. It's $30, and then they're shipping. They wanted like $8 or $9 for it. Yeah. So you're talking almost $40 for a t-shirt. I'm hoping he can get it cheaper, because I know he gets discounts with an annual pass, and then he ain't gonna charge me as much for shipping. So So shout out to Jonathan Beltran. Shout out to she might not want me putting her name next to him, but Tori Stone. Shout out to Tori. Tori's a big friend of ours and a big follower. Shout out to Michelle Pfaff. Did I pronounce that correctly? Shout out to Michelle. Yeah, shout out to Michelle. She's a huge Megavolt fan. So last week she got a Megavolt comic. Hopefully she enjoyed that review. Stan, you got any shout outs?
Just anyone that loves Darkwing Comics.
All
Hashtag
right.
make Darkwing Comics.
Hashtag make Darkwing Comics, guys. So that's it for this episode. And remember, stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous, everybody.
Good night.